Happy Advent. Hi, I'm Sibylle and welcome to this week's Wild Spirits News. Just to quickly introduce myself, I work with women between 40 and 60 to make the second half of their lives an adventure, and by doing lots of what they love and finding their unique life purpose. And if any of this sounds interesting, check out my website, wildspiritscoaching.com. I thought I'd break up the normal format of my videos for this one, because at this time of the year, I usually post a video about closing off the old year, welcoming in the new, setting goals, making the new year the best of your life, and so on and so forth. I've done this several times. I'll link you one or two examples in the description. So first of all, happy holiday, whatever you're celebrating, Christmas, the solstice, whatever else it is. I hope you're having a wonderful one. And here is the video about closing off the old year and starting the new, only this time with a twist. I thought maybe you're closing off the first half of your life and starting the second half. And it doesn't really matter whether you're 40, 50 or 60, whether you're already way into your second half of your life. It's a bit like if you move house and you're too busy to celebrate or do anything, and then maybe a year later you're settled into your new job and you've found new friends, and then you do your housewarming party a year later. So if you're already in the second half of your life, don't sweat it. You can still officially celebrate it now and think about it in a different way. I actually think that we should have beginnings in the second half of life as much as we do in the first half of life. Because isn't it strange? There's all these initiations. There's birth, obviously. Then at some point we start school. Then we will start either university or training for a job and a job. We might get married or find a partner. We might have children. There's all these things. We move out from home. We move to another town or another country even. There's all these new beginnings and initiations. And then at some point there's menopause. And after that, there doesn't seem to be much else in terms of new things and initiations. And I don't know about you, but to me, to look at 40, 50 years of nothing new, it sounds incredibly boring. It's really not what I'm planning. And thankfully, I know a lot of women, and that includes my clients, who do have plans for the second half of their lives. They don't want to just live out their years and at some point die. Nobody wants that. And for that, I think we need these conscious transitions into a new phase of life. For however many times you need that. And for today, I suggest use the end of this year to start not just a new year, but a new phase in your life consciously, even if you're already in that phase. And what I would suggest is, as usual, to get comfortable, light candles, light incense if that's your thing. Put on your favorite music. Get really, really comfortable with blankets and tea and hot chocolate and whatever floats your boat, right? And take some time, maybe take something to write. And then first write down what you want to let go from the last year, what was good, what was bad, what you would like to let go. But don't just restrain it to the last year. Also think about the first half of your life. And maybe note down the milestones that I mentioned, like the coming to school, starting university, starting a job, getting married, having children, yada, yada, yada. Even negative points in your life, all those milestones in your life, the good and the bad, note them down and just review them and look over them and realize how they made you the person that you are today. And then think ahead and consciously think of what you would like the second half of your life to look like and to feel like. Because the truth is, as you will probably agree, that for me and for most of my clients and my friends, what I see is that our goals and our values and the things that are important to us are much different than they were when we were 20 or 30. For many, there's no longer this emphasis on performance. When we were younger, we wanted to prove things to ourselves, sometimes even to others. And I'm not dissing it. It's not a bad thing. Obviously, you want to prove yourself. But at our age, You've been around the block a few times. You've seen it all. You no longer need to prove anything. And different things are important. Suddenly you realize that you are the center of your life, that your joy and your contentedness and your serenity and your equilibrium are actually paramount and what makes or breaks your life. And that joy might be important, and maybe taking a step back, taking things a little more easily and enjoying more intentionally, more consciously. All these things. I'm just saying things in order to get your imagination going. Write down whatever it is for you. And I'm saying it again, if you need any help with this is what I specialize in. That's my work. So get in touch. Go to wildspiritscoaching.com. There you can also join the community of Wild Spirits by signing up for the 100% spam-free Wild Spirits newsletter. That's 1 email per week in which I share exclusive things that I don't talk about anywhere else. It's not a marketing newsletter. It is an informational and a content newsletter. And that is my way of communicating with my community from the heart. And I would love to have you there. And now, once again, I want to wish you a beautiful holiday, a beautiful end of this year, and a beautiful start into 2026. And let's make this your year. That is my wish for you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.